Today we will be talking about the yesterday's match between Kolkata Knight Riders versus Gujarat Titans, which happened in Ahmedabad that we see. But if we talk about that game that we are talking about, that Cameron Green scored the therefore Cameron Green is back for Kolkata Knight Riders that we see. But I think if we talk about that game, he has been that player who has been so good that we see, that is Cameron Green. Cameron Green can play so good shots in the IPL that we see after making his comeback for Kolkata Knight Riders that we see. And then talking about the game, Tim Seifert and Ajinkya Rahane were opening. I think both the openers failed, and I think it's high time to remove Ajinkya Rahane as the captain. And I don't think KKR has an experienced captain that we see. So I think KKR should go with Sunil Narayan for the captaincy. This thing we see. Sunil Narayan as the captain that we have seen. He has been that player who has been so good that we see, that is Sunil Narayan. Sunil Narayan can be a good captain that we see, but if we see his as a captain record, he has also been very low. So I don't think KKR has a good leader in the auction. In the last year's auction, KKR should have brought a good leadership, like a good leader as a captain that we see. So I think KKR should have been that team who should have gone for a good leader that we see. Then talking about KKR's game that we see, Tim Seifert and Ajinkya Rahane. Tim Seifert smashed good runs that we see, but was not a problem, but could not save in the end, so he got out. Ajinkya Rahane got first ball. I think Ajinkya Rahane should step down as the captain, and I think they should give a chance to a new captain that we see. I think who is there as a captain that we see? Rinku Singh has been struggling as a captain. I think the management, both the captains and vice captains, have been struggling. So who is the best captain for KKR? I think we go for. I think if we go, I think it can be Varun Chakravarti, can be the good captain. First thing. Second is Sunil Narayan. Sunil Narayan can also be the good captain. And third is Roman Powell. Powell can also be a good captain because I see him captaining for the West Indies T20I. So I think these three players can captain that we see are Narayan, Chakravarti and Roman Powell. These three players I think can be the good options for captaining KKR if Rahane is not in form. Then talking about Cameron Green. Cameron Green has been that player who has been smashing those good runs in the game that we see. He got out, but that decision got overturned that we see. He was about to get out, but the decision got overturned. Cameron Green has been smashing those sixes very well that we see. He has been smashing those high class short sixes that we see. That player has been so good in the IPL that we see. That is Cameron Green has been the player who has been playing so good in the IPL. He has been playing those shots very well. He has been controlling those shots very well that we see. That is Cameron Green. Then talking about Ankush Raghuvanshi, Ankush Raghuvanshi got out. Ankush Raghuvanshi was not in form tonight that we see, yesterday that we see. And then talking about Rinku Singh, KKR's middle order has been fumbling that we see. What is Rinku Singh doing? Rinku Singh playing one good knock against Gujarat Titans in 2023 has been not doing so well that we see. Rinku Singh has not been doing so well in the IPL that we see. He has been the player who has been going through a huge downfall. Even in the T20 World Cup, his stats were very low. And I think if we talk about that team, Rinku Singh has been struggling that we see. And I think KKR should have gone for an Indian experienced player that we see. Either they should have gone for Rahul Tripathi or they should have gone for Manish Pandey that we see. That would have been the better option, and this would have been the team that we could have seen. Then talking about Ramandeep Singh has also played good. Ramandeep Singh has also contributed more number of runs that we see, and he has been playing so well in that game that we see. That is, Ramandeep Singh can be the player who can be so good and can be good in the deaths, and he has been that player who has been so good. And talking about Roman Powell has been also been smashing those sixes very well that we see. He has been that good player in the IPL that who has been smashing those sixes very well in the IPL and has been playing so good that we see. Roman Powell in the middle overs has been so good, and also in the power play and in the middle overs he has been so good and smashing those sixes, and gave a good contribution to Cameron Green and gave us good support to his partner, that is Cameron Green that we see. And he has been that good player who has been smashing very good runs that we see, that is Roman Powell. And then talking about the Gujarat Titans bowling that we see, Gujarat Titans bowling, we talk about, I think Mostly they have good players in that game that we see. So like 3 wickets were taken by Kagiso Rabada. Kagiso Rabada has been good in the death overs as well. He has been good in the power play also that we see. That is Kagiso Rabada has been that player who has been good and has been that player who has been so good that we see. That is Kagiso Rabada. Then talking about the pacers like Siraj and Ashok Sharma took 2 wickets each, and they have all been also been good in the death overs that we see. I think Gujarat Titans bowling in the death overs is sorted because they have a very good pace attack that we see, and they can have a very huge thing that we see in the death overs that we see. That is Mohammad Siraj and Ashok Sharma are the players who have been too good in that game that we see. And then talking about Prasidh Krishna. Prasidh Krishna has been that player who has been so good in that game that we see, and he has been playing a very good in that game that we see. That is Prasidh Krishna. He has been bowling very well that we see, and can also be good in the death overs and can control very well that we see in the death. That is Prasidh Krishna, and he has been the purple cap winner. He has been the purple cap holder of this IPL. Then talking about Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan as a spinner has been contributing very well, and he has been that player who has been taking those quick wickets that we see. Rashid Khan has been that player, and he has been bowling the spin very well that we see in the IPL. He has been that player who has been so good and wonderful spell by Rashid Khan. He has been that player who can spin so good in the IPL. He has been that player who can take quick wickets in the IPL that we see. That is Rashid Khan that we see. And then going to Gujarat Titans batting. Gujarat Titans batting, we see Shubman Gill and Sai Sudarshan have done very well. We talk about Sai Sudarshan. Sai Sudarshan has been that player who has been so good in that game that we see. He has been playing those games very well that we see, and he has been the player who has been playing so good that we see. That is Sai Sudarshan that we see. Sai Sudarshan has been the player that we see. Then talking about Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill has been that player who has been scoring those very good knocks as a captain. He has been handling as a captain very well, and he has been handling as a player very well that we see. He has been that player who has been scoring so good in the game that we see. Then talking about Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill has been that player who has been scoring so good runs in that game that we see in the IPL. Shubman Gill has been playing that runs and has been supporting that team very well. He has been playing that calm knock very well that we see. That is Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill can be that player who can score very well in the game that we see. He has been that player who has been playing those classy knocks that we see. That is Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill has been that player who can score good runs that we see. He comes like that, and he comes like the straight shot that we see. Shubman Gill has been that player who can be so good that we see. That is Shubman Gill. He has been that player who has been smashing those very good runs in the IPL that we see. He has been that player. I think it was a big mistake. Why did KKR release him? Shubman Gill also was the main choice of KKR that we see, and he has been that player. You could have seen that we see. After we got that, Shubman Gill has been that player who has been smashing those runs, and as well he has been that player who can be a good player for that team that we see. That is Shubman Gill. And then talking about Joss Butler. Joss Butler has also been that player who has been so good that we see. He has been the player who can score good runs that we see and can also be good in the power play. Gujarat Titans batters have a very good in the power play that we see because of their top order batting, because they have a very good top order batsmen. Like if we talk about their batting skills, they have a very good skills in the IPL that we see. They have a very good game that we see. About if we talk about Joss Butler has a good strike rate in the power plays that we see, and he has been that player who can score good runs for their team that we see. That is Joss Butler. And also we talk about Washington Sundar. Washington Sundar has also done good that we see. He has also contributed more runs that we see. That is Washington Sundar. Then talking about Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips also remained in the death overs, smashed some few runs, and it was so good that we see that he has been that player who has been so good. And then talking about Rahul Tewatia and Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan had also finished and gave 2 runs and ran that runs very well that we see, and gave Gujarat Titans their 3rd win that we see. And then talking about Kolkata Knight Riders bowling that we see. Kolkata Knight Riders bowling that we see. Varun Chakravarti took 2 wickets. Varun Chakravarti has done a very excellent spell. After going wicketless in every game, Varun Chakravarti has made his real comeback in the IPL that we see. If we talk about him, he has a very good spin, he has a very good variation, he bowls very well that we see, that is Varun Chakravarti. He comes there and he bowls like this, and he comes here and he comes here, he bowls that ball very well that we see, that is Varun Chakravarti that we see. And then talking about Sunil Narayan has been that mystery spinner for KKR. I think KKR's most valuable asset for that game that we see. Without Sunil Narayan, there will be no KKR game, that there will be no KKR legacy that we see. Under Sunil Narayan, 14 years. Sunil Narayan has played this game very well. 15 years he has been playing. He has been that player who has been handling the spinners very well that we see. He has been that player who can score good, who can do a good mystery spinner that we see. He can bowl good dot balls. He can give pressure to the batsmen with the spin. He can bowl that variation very well that we see. That is Sunil Narayan. Vaibhav Arora also took 1 wicket. I think he has also bowled one effective spell. But Ramandeep Singh in the last over also he bowled. He did not bowl very well that we see. But I think in last over they should have gone for Cameron Green, or I think we go about. I think KKR should play with 3 pacers because it's their injury problems we see, and they have no good pacer that we see, because Vaibhav Arora and Kartik Tyagi have been doing very well with 2 pacers. They need a 3rd pacer. But Ramandeep Singh has also not been doing well, playing with 3 spinners that we see. Ankul Roy also went expensive. But I think it's high time for now that Ajinkya Rahane should step down as a captain. And those 3 options I said is, I think they should give to Narayan, Varun Chakravarti or Rauman Powell. I think Rauman Powell is the best option to captain for Kolkata Knight Riders. I think it's Rauman Powell who can captain for Kolkata Knight Riders, or I think they should go for Varun Chakravarti if he can be a long-term player for that team that we see. But Rauman Powell is also not informed, so that we can not tell. So I think for my choice will be Varun Chakravarti can be the captain for KKR, or they can go for Rauman Powell, who can be that player we see. Or I think they can go for Sunil Narayan, but Sunil Narayan as a captain has a low stats that we see. And then talking about today's match that we see, today's match is between RCB versus Delhi Capitals, but RCB is going to wear the green jersey that we see. RCB's batting order has been that team who has been smashing so good runs in that game that we see. We saw that game that we talk about, RCB's team, Rajat Patidar, Virat Kohli, after having a good orange cap season that we see, Virat Kohli has been chasing those good runs that we see. He's been that player who has been taking that team very well in that team that we see. That is Virat Kohli that we see. And Rajat Patidar captaincy has been so good that we see. He has been that player who has been so good. So today most runs who will be scored, I think it will be Rajat Patidar or Tim David for me. Rajat Patidar or Tim David. I think Rajat Patidar and Tim David can be the players who can smash more runs that we see, and can be the players who could have been a good run for that team that we see. That is Rajat Patidar or Tim David that we see. And Delhi Capitals have lost those 2 games. I think Miller should have won that game for Delhi. It would have been 3 in a row, and they should have lost that one against CSK that we see. They had a horrible season that we see, but I think they should go for, I think for me, I think their opening is sorted, but I think they should go for Prithvi Shaw or Prithvi Shaw they should go for, and their players, I think he plays very well. So I think they should give Prithvi Shaw a chance in the playing 11 that we see. Mitchell Stark is unavailable, but Delhi's bowling we see are so good that we see. So that can be the game for them. And I think Delhi Capitals batting has been the main reason why they have been so good that we've seen. And then talking about RCB's bowling, we see that Josh Hazelwood, Rafiq Salam, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Krunal Pandya, Suyash Sharma, their bowling has been dominant. RCB's bowling has been dominant this season, but the main spinner to watch out for is Krunal Pandya. Krunal Pandya, he comes like that and he bowls like this. He bowls like this. He's a very good pacer that we see. His spin variation has been so good. His spin variation moves very fast that we see. That is Krunal Pandya. Krunal Pandya can be that player who can be so good in the IPL that we see. He has been the player who can take quick wickets in that game that we see, and he has been that player who is the very good player that we see. That is Krunal Pandya that we see. And then talking about the next game, that is SRH versus CSK. SRH versus CSK that we see. SRH, you say I have seen that game that we see. By power play mein mat bolo, because you have those 2 uncapped pacers, Praful Hinge and Sakib Hussain. are those pacers who have been so good in that game that we see. If you talk about those pacers who have been so good, and I'm talking about Praful Hinge, he has been that player. Praful Hinge had a very good IPL season. He had a very dream debut that we see. He has been that player who has been so good that we see. That is Praful Hinge. He is the player who can take quick wickets in the first over, and he's the player to watch out for. And then we talk about Saqib Hussain. Saqib Hussain can be that player who can be the team who can score, who can take quick wickets that we see. Two uncapped pacers that we see, but most runs I think will be scored by, for me, will be Shivam Dube. Shivam Dube has been that player I think will score good against SRH that we see. He's been that player who can score good against SRH, that is Shivam Dube. So, and then coming to the first match, RCB versus Delhi Capitals. Most runs for RCB today will be scored by Rajat Patidar or Tim David. Most wickets will be taken by Krunal Pandey that we see. For Delhi Capitals, most runs will be scored by KL Rahul, and most wickets I think will be taken by Lumisa and Ngidi for me. And then coming to the next game, SRH has been that team who has been scoring good runs as we see, but there is one man I'm talking about is Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan has been the captain who has been scoring good knocks for that team that we see. He has been that player who has been taking that team to a very high note that we see. He has been that player who has been smashing so good runs in the power play that we see. Ishan Kishan has been that player who has been playing so good that we see. He has been the player who can be a good player for their team that we see. That is Ishan Kishan. And then talking about Chennai Super Kings. Chennai Super Kings will be missed out with Khalil Ahmed. Khalil Ahmed has been that player who will be missed out in the IPL that we see. And I think the main pace I think they are going out with, I think Kamboj is there. Kamboj, Gurjapneet, Overton, Noor Ahmed, and I think they should go for Ramakrishna Ghosh or Mukesh Chaudhary is the main lineup that we see. And I think the big replacement, the best replacement for Khalil Ahmed I think can be Akash Madhwal, Umesh Yadav or Chetan Sakaria that we see. I think Umesh Yadav needs to make a comeback for CSK that we see. He has been that player who has been so good for that, and he can be the better replacement for Khalil Ahmed. That is Umesh Yadav can be the better replacement for Khalil. And I think Umesh Yadav missed out last season. He was a player who remained unsold that we see. That is Umesh Yadav. And I think Umesh Yadav needs to make a comeback in the IPL that we see. He has been that player who played for Delhi, RCB and KKR and GT. He has been the player who played so good that we see. That is Umesh Yadav can be that player who can be in the CSK team that we see. Then talking about CSK team, I think CSK's batting needs to be sorted. Ruturaj Gaikwad is not in form that we see. Ruturaj Gaikwad has been that player who is not in form in the last games that we see. He has been having a very low IPL season that we see. That is Ruturaj Gaikwad. He has been the player who has not been doing very well that we see. And I think it's high time for Samson and Mathare to open. Ruturaj to come at number 3 that we see. And I think Duval Brevis. And I think MS Dhoni will be missed out. MS Dhoni might come in the next game if probable. But I think CSK has been doing very well. Will CSK continue their winning streak, or will SRH find a way to win this game that we see? And that's all for today. And make sure you like, share and subscribe for more content and for more videos and all. Thank you.